22-year-old Elijah Deshelle White, a psychology and nursing major who detailed his transition from Woodbridge, one of the first majority-minority counties in the state of Virginia.
This was my first time ever being on a college campus. Being a black man in Radford, I'll say this, it's tough. It's like people look at you different because there's not many of us here, and you get treated differently in some instances. People have said plenty of stuff. Honestly, I was shooed away like a dog one time at a fraternity house. That was one of the darker periods in my college experience. I started to drink more, lose sight of who I was. And I know it's typical for a lot of students to come to Radford and change their actions, but my actions started to change because of external environmental factors. I would be around people and they didn't understand me. And I tried to fit into their circle, their kind of groups, stuff that they did, and I wasn't being true to who I was. I was losing myself as the semester started to go on, as the year started to go on. I had a lot of anger, and it hurts, honestly, that my culture isn't accepted just as much as any other culture, because it's like, what makes my culture not as good as yours? What makes my culture not as important as yours? And that's the part that doesn't make sense to me. I definitely believe that there's some racism at the school, to be honest. Not saying that the whole school is racist or they condone racism, but to keep it realistic, if you look at the area that we're in, and if you look at the time that we're in, which is less than 200 years removed from slavery and less than 100 years removed from segregation, but given straight facts, yeah, I'll have to say it is.
22-year-old senior Josue Torres is a major in social sciences. Hailing from the Northern Virginia area, his journey to Radford was never intentional. Bilingual, Latino, and a first generation, Josue has no choice but to carry the uniqueness of his culture.
I think it was just shock of how different it was. Radford isn't what I'm used to, and I think that was actually kind of a good thing for me. It took me out of my comfort zone. I'm actually originally from Falls Church, and I moved to Alexandria, and then I moved to Woodbridge. So I'm more from an urban setting than Radford. Radford has been a drastic change. I haven't gone through any discrimination here at the university, but I've had people say ignorant statements, and I think it's just discouraging because I feel like a lot of those people don't go out to events here at the university, and a lot of times they don't want to broaden their horizons. I think what it is it's more hurtful when you know the world is expanding and you're just staying within your comfort zone, and at some point in time you're going to need to understand other people's cultures. There's been plenty of opportunities for people to come out and learn about Hispanic culture, about African culture, about any other culture, and I think a lot of people here at the university don't utilize that, and that becomes very discouraging. I just hope people tend to see that and tend to take advantage of those opportunities. The Latino population here in Radford has grown exponentially since I've arrived, and I know since a couple of my classmates have arrived, it's grown very, very large. When I first arrived, the problem was that I would meet a lot of Latinos, but a lot of them were like maybe third generation, second generation. A lot of them didn't know Spanish, or a lot of them just claimed they were Spanish, but they grew up very Americanized.
21-year-old junior Nasia Price is a political science major from Roanoke, the largest city in Southwest Virginia. As a transfer student, she knows better than most what life is like to be a minority, on more than one front. She is an advocate, activist, and among other things, extremely passionate.
So for me, I know I always call it like a double-edged or kind of a triple-edged sword, because I'm an African-American woman, I'm also Jewish, and I'm also demisexual, which is an individual part of the asexual spectrum, and they only feel sexual attraction after they get to know someone really, really well and have an emotional bond to them. So for me, I go through different issues in my life than the usual person goes through. Even if they are African-American, I still have to tag on the fact that I am dating a woman, as well as being part of the LGBT community, so I face not only like racism, I also can face homophobia, and then when you add on my Jewish side, I face anti-Semitic comments and things like that. So for me, like, I have to like navigate life thinking about a whole array of issues that can affect me. Such if I do like go to a job interview, for instance, I have to think, okay, is my boss going to be racist? Will he like the braids that I have in my hair? Should I bring up my girlfriend? Should I bring up the fact that I celebrate Jewish holidays? So for me, I have to navigate life and thinking like, what issues are going to affect me the most? There's definitely like a serious case. I was trying to get people to register to vote, and as I was asking this, like these two white guys, if they wanted to register to vote, one of the guys spit on me, called me nigger, and then like walked away. And then on top of that, really when it comes to discrimination, I know with the white LGBTQ plus community, my issues aren't really seen. A lot of times what they would like to do is like they'll speak in like very sassy language or African American vernacular English to try to like relate to me more. So they'll like try to put on this persona of a sassy black woman when it's pretty racist in my opinion. Then like the white LGBTQ plus community, I'm definitely seen as apart from them. Like I'm not a part of them. I'm not with them because while they really like more to like just talk about like what they had for dinner, where they want to go see the movies and things like that, I'm like, let's talk about this like bathroom bill and things like that. Let's talk about police brutality, and let's talk about trans women of color and how they're murdered at a rate that their life expectancy is only 35 years of age. And they really don't want to talk about those things, or they don't feel like they should talk about it.
Radford has been really a lesson to me because I've been through, certain struggles here, and, to have relationships with my professors and my dean and knowing, having resources that have helped me here, like FAFSA. People at FAFSA know my name now, To have these people here at this university that help me and to make sure I'm doing good so I can achieve higher things is really good. I think Radford has been a positive lesson for me in life, and I think I've learned a lot from here.
We would need a lot of help from whether it's white allies or straight allies to also really help us as well, to really make sure that this space is there.
There's plenty of resources on Radford's campus. Someone can help you.
So I really would like allies to really step up more. There are a few.
This journey that I've been on in Radford, and it's helped me just to grow, persevere, be a better person, be more kind-hearted, be more understanding of others, something that I would like people to do for me.
While each student may have a different experience, that does not mean they aren't connected. Their struggle is just one example of the dynamic forms of oppression minority students face. But what's even more courageous about these young individuals is that they haven't allowed adversity to stop them on that journey where fate meets destiny.